We are back, episode 87, with a new view from below instead of above.
87. What'd you call us? The last time it was just us two?
The gruesome twosome.
The gruesome twosomes here, back again tonight. We got a special guest on for you, and we'll just jump into that. This is Ben Adams, golf. He has an interesting story what he's trying to do in the golf game.
It's Ben Utah Golf.
Yeah,
his
Ben
name's
Utah
Ben Adams, but it's Ben Utah Golf.
And he's gonna kind of talk about that, so I don't spoil it. But check out this conversation with Ben. We'll start without Brady. Brady jumps in, let him kind of like last time.
Yeah.
Now
I'm about to read the intro of him.
Yeah, I'll read the intro. Now Brady made this, so if it's wrong, don't get mad at me, Ben. It's on Brady.
All right.
We'll jump into it right now. Today we have a special guest on here with us. Ben Adams, in May of 2023, posted his first Road to Professional Golf video on YouTube. And so Ben is wanting to know if an average guy with an above average golf game can make it to the professional level by putting in the work every day. So this is very relatable for weekend warriors like us that don't get to play a lot. To wonder if everybody has that dream inside them. Could they make it to the tour? I mean, every time we spin our golf ball on the green, we think I should be on tour. So Ben is living. We're living through Ben. Actually has a video playing Aiken Country Club, which is in my top probably 6 favorite courses I've played before now.
Mm-hmm.
In South Carolina. So we can talk about it in a minute because we've played it once. But welcome to the show, Ben.
Hey, thanks for having me on. I'm impressed with the research quality there. I didn't know you guys were going to have a full-on intro like that. Research stuff of me.
We try.
We're trying to level up the podcast every time we have a guest. Brady, who may or may not join, is our resident journalist.
Yeah.
So he does the research, types it up, and then we read it. And if it's wrong, we blame him. If it's right, we were a part of it.
Yeah, for a second there, I thought you were going to dive into high school stats and stuff like that. And I was
he's been known to do it. Brady can find those kind of stats. I might have to message him, dig deep. So already off the bat, before I even get to the questions, this whole thing's interesting. What you're doing. Well, I guess we'll start from the beginning. Like, what made you? Were you just sitting on the couch one day and this thought came in your head? Like, what made you want to get to start this journey?
Well, it was a confluence of things, I guess. I had been out of golf for a few years, and I was 2023 when I really started thinking about it. It was in December, and I went and I played this golf course in Augusta, or outside of Augusta, and I shot 74. And I was like, you know what? This is my second round of the year, and I hadn't touched a club but twice this year. And I'm like, maybe there's something to this. Like, if I actually practice, where would that go? And probably like you guys, I saw those TikToks, those Instagram posts, those YouTube videos that were like, could an average guy do it? You know, if you practice every day for 2 years or practice every day for a year, would that be enough for an average guy? And I was like, I'm kind of curious. And after I shot 74, I was like, I think it's worth a shot here. I hadn't played golf in a while, and I was kind of missing having that purpose, having that goal in my life. And I'm like, hadn't really found anything in life that really inspired me like golf did when I was in high school. And so I thought, why not give it a go? Like, I can commit to a year. I don't have any other overarching massive commitments at the moment. So I figured it's at least worth a shot to give it a year and see what happens.
So with that, we're approaching on 1 year now, right? Are you going to extend it? Or are you just is the research only for 1 year?
So I'm going to keep the channel going. I'm going to keep the all the social medias going as I go into pro golf. But no, I think I'll be ready in April of this year to because that was when I started practicing. I posted the first video in May, but I started practicing in April, and so I'll turn pro this April and play my first event. I'm still looking to see kind of what's realistic to play. I'm probably looking at the Carolina Mountain Tour, maybe the Rolling Red, and there's a couple coming around here to Savannah, so we'll see if that's a possibility. But sometime in April, it'll be a year, and I think I'll be ready. Fingers crossed, knock on wood, but it should be ready.
So you're giving yourself a year to get ready. Once you start, how long are you giving yourself a timeline to make it to a certain point or to qualify for something, or what's that?
That's a good question. I hadn't really even thought about that until a couple of weeks ago, and I was talking to my girlfriend Kat about it. And she was like, what's your timeline here for how long do you think it's going to take to make this Bible? And I was like, I don't know. I hadn't considered. But I think what I'd like to see is this year, I'm kind of treating as a learning year. I'm not expecting to come out and win any tournaments. I'm not expecting to come out and dominate these mini tours. It's a big learning curve, and that's really what I want to do this year, is just kind of get my feet under me. So I think if next year rolls around and I'm able to play high level golf, then I would expect to at least play in one Corn Ferry event, whether that's a Monday qualifier or whatever. And then 2 years from now, so we're talking 2026, I think if I haven't seen any substantial movement by then, like in terms of conditional status on Corn Ferry or maybe even Monday qualifying for a PGA event, if it's not happened by the end of 2026, I think we'll have to maybe change directions a little bit.
Kat's
one
asked.
question.
She's asking because that ring.
I know, yeah.
So your girlfriend is a cat, or your girlfriend's name is Cat?
No, her name is Cat. We have a cat together. His name is Poppy.
She's asking how long this you're gonna get this journey. She's thinking, man, my fingers look a little empty right now, Ben.
Exactly right. But you know what? I was surprised. Her timeline was longer than mine. I was like,
really?
Even 2 years, and she was like, why not 5?
That means she's down. She sees potential.
Yeah,
for sure.
So, like, are you working right now, or are you solely focused on this journey?
Well, I'd love to be solely focused on the journey of golf, but I'm, as you guys probably know, that's not super easy to do.
No.
So I think my goal for this year is to become solely focused on it. So become full-time, whether that be through ad revenue in YouTube or Patreon or whatever gets me there. But right now, I'm doing some consulting with a sports psychology startup out of Atlanta, because that's what my degree is in. I have a master's degree in counseling. And I'm also, like, when I was in Colorado, I was working at a golf course. So I'm trying to get that back going. Just no other way to really play as much golf as you need on a limited budget than working there and getting the employee discount, honestly.
Yeah.
I always tell the guys, if I had the skills to be a pro just for the access to the golf course, because I feel like Maddox and Scott, the two guys that are our coaches, are both like local pros. I feel like Scott posts once a week.
He's playing all the time.
2 or 3 times a week he's playing the course. I'm like, that would be the dream.
Yeah.
There's a sweet spot there where you go from like assistant pro and you get to play to like head pro, and all you got to do is paperwork. And that's where I'm like, I don't want to do that. I don't want none of that.
I'm trying to figure it out. So getting into the dream and chasing the dream of professional golf, how's it changed from April of last year, where you're like, oh, I'm just playing golf on the weekends, to now it's like, well, shoot, I'm out there 5 days a week, 6 days a week. Like, what am I doing? Like, how's that changed for you?
It's a really interesting question. It's honestly been slow. Like, it's a gradual change, almost to the point where you don't really notice what's going on if you're not really kind of paying attention. But in April, it was a lot of fun. It was just kind of this pipe dream where I was like, why the heck not? Like, let's just throw this at the wall and see what happens. I had some YouTube experience, and I'm like, this feels like a good combination of all my experience to put this together. And so my only goal, like literally April of last year, I had one goal, and that was to play in one mini tour event. Just once. Play one time, call myself a pro, say that I did it. And then as I started practicing, as I started seeing results, all of a sudden that dream kind of evolved. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe we'll play 2. Maybe we'll play 3. Like, let's just kind of see here. And then at some point in the process, your brain starts really dreaming. And you're like, all right, that green jacket's looking kind of nice in 2026 right now.
I was going to say, April's the time. Everybody's like, right?
Yeah,
I might could do it.
And so that's been kind of the push and pull. Like, at first it was very much like, let's just see what happens. I'm very, I don't want to say non-committal, like that's not the right word, but very not attached to the outcome. And then at some point I have to start pulling myself back and from being too grandiose and thinking too much and putting too much pressure on myself, and kind of redefining and realigning myself with that goal of like, hey, this was supposed to be fun. This was supposed to be just an experiment. And we don't need to get a green jacket to make this a success.
I know one thing you did right is the logo. I'm a big fan with the flag in it.
Dude, so I worked so hard on that.
So what's the breakdown the Utah? Are you from Utah originally?
No, okay, this is a good question. I am not from Utah. I actually never even went to Utah until I was 19, 20,
Uh
20,
huh.
no, 21 actually. And this is special. This is the first time I've ever commented on this publicly. So you guys are going
Oh,
to
Here
be
we
the
here we
first
go.
ones to
go.
know this.
That's
Like
what we want.
my friends know this, but as far as the internet has no idea. Um, my middle name is Utah. It's just my legitimate name. It's the name
Oh
my
wow,
parents gave
Really?
me. So Ben Utah is just my name. That's all it is.
man.
They eloped from South Carolina and got married out there in Utah and fell in love with it. And they named me after the place they got married.
Dang, we're going out
We're
there this
actually
September.
going.
Oh yeah. Oh, I
Yeah.
love the place. I've been there a few times now, having lived in Colorado, and it is otherworldly, truly.
I may have to come
Does
home
the
and change
ball
all my
fly
kids'
further?
names to Utah.
Yeah. To answer your question, yes, the ball does fly further at elevation. I learned that in Colorado this summer.
Oh, need that. I'm about to
Yeah.
be boss of that. So I noticed. I was looking back at some of your Instagram earlier, and in October of last year, you had some posts and you were wearing a certain colored mock Nike turtleneck. Is this
Oh
going to
yeah.
be? Is this going to be the thing forward for Ben Utah Golf? Like on Sunday tournaments, are we going to be seen wearing that every Sunday?
I haven't decided. I have thought about it. I put quite a lot of thought into that. But that's kind of when I started this thing. I was like, it was just my favorite shirt. I grew
Yeah,
up idolizing Tiger Woods. I was born in '96, so the year he turned pro, and then like all throughout my childhood, I was just watching Tiger.
yeah.
And I always loved that iconic red mock turtle, and I always wanted one. And then we found that one like on sale at like a Ross or something, and so I got it immediately, and it's just become my favorite shirt. And I was like, I'll just make my banner, my icon, my
Yeah.
picture of me in that shirt, and it's recognizable. But I can't decide. See, I'm a hardcore Clemson fan, just diehard Clemson
Oh,
fan. I went to Clemson. I know. And so I'm a little conflicted about wearing red on Sundays, but
you could
I
go
might
Ricky
not. I don't want
Fowler,
to
throw
go.
that orange.
Yeah, I don't want to go full Ricky Fowler. I mean, you
Just go
never want to
purple.
go
Nobody
purple.
does purple.
That's right. That's a
You
good
could do
point. Nobody does
purple
purple.
britches.
Yeah, yeah.
I know, and isn't that what Clemson calls them? Britches when it's time to break them
Britches.
out.
Yeah, the orange britches. Yes, sir.
What a side note. Orange and purple just doesn't go together. But we're not going to talk about college football right now.
I've heard that so many times.
Um, okay, so we're talking about. I noticed you said your goal. You kind of focused. You said Corn Ferry, Q School.
Yeah.
So with that, is LIV out as an option of your?
Hey, look, I'll go wherever they take me. I'll tell you that
That
right now.
that's what
Business
we say.
decision.
If they
It's a
ever called
business
us,
decision.
it's all about the Benjamins.
So I'm
Yep.
just saying, like, if they
Give me
saw your
two and I'm
story,
there.
if they saw your story and you documenting it, and they reached out. Now, would you prefer one or the other?
See, I don't want to limit my options here, but I don't think they're calling anytime soon. I guess I would prefer.
They're gonna. This lives on the internet forever. They're gonna dig
I
this
know,
up.
right? I know. I don't want to prefer anything. I
Yeah.
prefer the one that had the most fun on and makes the most money. But I do prefer the PGA in terms of like just tradition. Like it's just what I grew
Yeah.
up with.
Yeah.
It's hard to beat those traditional tournaments. I grew up idolizing the PGA Tour players. Like it's just too much history and tradition for me personally.
Hmm.
I'd love to go play and live golf, but I'm also not one to warm up on the range, listening to blaring music and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So it's got its place, but I don't know if I would necessarily be the perfect fit.
I'll do wherever
Jim
they send
Nance
me.
will not be on any of those YouTube streams.
That's a good point. If
It's
I
hard.
need
It's
Jim
hard to
Nance,
find the content for them too.
it
I
really
mean, you can
is.
see it on Instagram, but if you try to watch it, it's awful quality.
That's a good point. I need Jim Nance calling my name, so I think that makes my decision right there.
Yeah.
That
So,
that would make it for me.
Yeah.
do you think what you're trying to do could work for like anybody that wants to put it in the work? Like, if you're honest with yourself, do you see it having a
Mhm.
success? Well, you based off what you gauge as success, what you said, even if you don't make it, that doesn't ruin it. But let's say the goal is to make it. Do you, if you're honest, do you think you'll get there, or is the journey going to be, you know, I think Q School with Corn Ferry would be big enough for me. I'd be like, okay, I did enough. But
Mhm.
when you sit down, you're like, okay, I'm working, I'm putting in all this work. Am I really going to get to the PGA or the LIV, whatever, live?
Yeah.
Like, do you feel like you're going to get there?
If we're talking about PGA or like the show, like big time,
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, that's kind of the thing. I haven't really allowed myself to decide
Ha-
that yet.
to have any doubt on it.
Yeah, because if I decide I am going to make it, all of a sudden there's pressure. But if I decide there's no way, then all of a sudden I have no reason to
Yeah.
believe. So I haven't allowed myself to think that far ahead. I'm just kind of curious at this point. Like let's find out what happens. But I do think there is a realistic a world of realism where like at least a Monday qualifier or something.
Hmm.
Like I'm not necessarily talking about tour cards here, but
Yeah.
I think it's very realistic to think you could play in an event at least. I mean, the Bryan Bros have just did that with a sponsorship
Hmm.
exemption. They came from YouTube, so obviously they're very talented golfers as well. But it's out there.
Yeah.
In terms of could an average person do it? I mean, that is essentially the question, and that's why I started the whole thing, which was I saw so many dead dreams like growing up around me, and so many people who were unhappy and regretful of having missed out on some opportunity. And so I really wanted to do this whole thing just to inspire people. Like it's never dead. Like let's reignite that passion for the dream. Whether that's living through me or whether that's doing it on your own. Like that's what I really hope to get out of this. So I truly do believe that given enough time and enough practice, enough effort, uh, the average person could do it.
Hmm.
Whether that's PGA, I don't know. I think you could definitely say mini tour. You could definitely say maybe a Corn Ferry event. Um, but when we're talking about professional golf, it's a lot more than just golf. It's a lot more
Hmm.
than just like pure skill. And I think the real question is, can the average person show up every day? Like, are you going to go to the gym for an hour every day? Are you going to go to the course and practice for 2 hours and play for four? Like, that's what it takes, like the dedication. It's not, and I'm to quote one of my favorite speakers here, Eric Thomas. He says it's not about phenomenal skill; it's about phenomenal will, and that would be a kind of my ultimate caveat. There is depending on the person's will. I do believe, but I mean, you got to put in a lot of effort.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
feeling like Kobe vibes.
yeah, I'm
Yeah,
The
for
Mamba
sure. I
grind.
love
mentality.
Kobe.
Mamba
Yeah, I love
mentality.
Kobe.
I'm backing. I mean, we're there with you. This is the start of year 3 for us making content, and the end game is for us to be like, I want to do this as a job, a podcast, and make
Yeah.
content for YouTube. And you see so many people doing it, and you're like, why not us? So,
Yes.
yeah. So we're right there rooting for you. What's it been like being
For
able
the
to doc?
tour,
Huh?
I was gonna say for the tour part, we have to live vicariously through you because
Yeah, we're not getting there.
we don't have it like that.
Ben, it don't matter
Yeah.
how hard I try. If I put in 2 hours on the range every day, I'm not getting there, Ben. So, um, so being able to document this whole journey, though, like how
Yeah.
cool has that been for you to be able to look back and watch yourself? And do you still enjoy playing, even if you have to take your camera out there every day and film, or is there rounds you're like, I don't want to film today, I just want to play?
Oh, 100%. 100% there's rounds I don't want to film. And
Yeah.
honestly, like the transition of like my content has been so different from the beginning to where I am now. Like when I started out, I was like just doing so like first month or two, I was doing so much until I
Hmm.
posted that first tour bound video. It was like I was trying to be a golf commentary. I was trying to be like a match guy where you play matches and different courses, and like it just wasn't working for me.
Yeah.
And I saw people really responded to the tour bound stuff, so I just went all in on that. So a lot of my content is really built around the idea that like I don't have my stuff up behind me right now, but I can just sit in this golf corner and describe what's going on and then post some B-roll of me playing over top of it. Like it's
Hmm.
more about the narrative than it is about watching me play 18 holes, because one, I don't find that personally very interesting, like to just go out there and watch 18 holes on YouTube. Like it's fine for background noise, but like I want this to be an engaging process.
Hmm.
Um, and it is one of those things though where you have to be kind of mindful of people do want to see you play golf, right? Like it's
Yeah.
part of why you sign up to be a part of the gallery here. Like they want to see you play golf. So it's a balance of I don't want to take my stuff out. I don't want to get the mics out, and, which was very hard at first too. Like I've always struggled with belonging. Like I don't feel like I necessarily belong on a golf course. And when you show up with a camera and someone filming you and like a mic on, all of a sudden like a lot of heads are turning.
Yeah.
And like even just being a good golfer, like even just having a good swing, you can't go to the range without people watching you.
Hmm.
And so it's just like it just compounds that like if you're gonna do this, then you got to go all in. If you're gonna like be the guy with the camera on him, then you kind of got to just be the guy and then live with that. So
Imagine how we feel being when a camera's on us and people turn their heads and our shots look like what our shots look like.
I was gonna say you sound like our journey every time we play. Like we started with like cell phones recording, then we went to GoPro, and now we're at DSLR.
Yeah.
And then there's the wireless, where you go from wired mics to wireless, and now it's all together.
Yep.
And if you, it's like, do we want to film? The only way we got a sponsor is filming. So it's like, now the only time I play is when we do film.
Yeah.
Because the baby sets my schedule on availability. So if I'm playing, I'm filming because we have this goal.
And we know how that is. Like you put in so much work and you post a video and you're like, man, this video bombed. Yeah. You're like, what the world?
12 views, no comments.
But I know like the only way to get to where you want to go is you've got to keep putting content out no matter what, because all it takes is 1 or 2 videos. Like the video we went to Aiken and played in the Brian Bros Invitational.
Oh,
and and it was so we got to meet them, and that's when they actually announced that George was going to play in that PJ event. They're like, I can't tell anybody. But anyways, that video got like 21,000 views and we got so many subs off of it. And we're like, okay, this is what we're trying to get. And then every video since is kind of, nowhere been near that, but it's like, we know it's possible. Let's keep going.
That's the thing. Once you know it's possible, it's addicting, right? Like
you can't stop us. We got that Mamba mentality.
Well, I agree though. Like just working your way up from like I shoot on my DSLR when I'm in here, but I'm not lugging that thing around the course, especially if I'm filming by myself or Kat helps me film. So I just shoot on my iPhone, and it's plenty good for course stuff. And I think it's just one of those things where you have to kind of know your audience and know what's passable. Like I'm everything right now. I'm a lot of times my camera guy, a lot of times or all the time I'm my editor. I'm the script writer. I'm like my coach. I'm my mental coach. I'm all of it. And so like
your marketer.
The marketing. And so that's the tough part is like, there's only so much time in a day. And I've prioritized practice over everything because everything comes from being good at golf for me in my journey. Like I got very lucky that I had so much experience with YouTube, because I had another YouTube channel before this where it was just like me going on trips and stuff. It's like a travel focused YouTube. So I had a lot of experience with cameras. My dad's a professional photographer. My sister got her degree in PR. So like I had a lot of helpful things in terms of like a helpful basis for content creation. And so that's why I initially started the YouTube was like, I knew I needed somebody to fund the golf. And so I wanted the YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, like I wanted that to be like the funding method for the golf eventually once I grew it. So I part luck, part skill, like just had some background in the more artistic side of it. And so thought I could put that to good use.
Well, man, we're rooting for you. We think it's possible. So the BSG is rooting for Ben, Utah golf. Excited. We know what the Utah is, but no, thanks for even coming on, taking time to talk to us, sharing with us. And if there's anything we can ever do, maybe we can get a video together. That'd be fun one day to.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
Meet up. So you're in Savannah right now?
Yeah.
We can just. That's nothing but a trip for us. C-Rock, load up Topanga and hit the road.
That's a ride.
Yeah, it's Savannah.
We'll meet somewhere in the middle.
So we can meet halfway near Greenville or something.
We like to do these videos where 2 or 3 of us scramble against a really good golfer. So Zach, we could take you on.
I love it. Where are you guys at right now?
We're about an hour out of Atlanta.
Oh, okay. That's not bad. I never got.
So we'll get that going.
Pull up your IP to your house right now. And 6 hours, 12 minutes.
You crazy. But thanks for coming on. If there's anything we can ever do, let us know. But we're rooting for you, Ben.
I appreciate you guys. Thanks for having me on. And let's meet up somewhere in the middle. Hey, I'm from Augusta, so we can go play in Augusta anytime.
Yeah, let's do it.
Not National.
National, Let's get a video.
I'll be at Augusta National in April. I got Monday practice tickets this year.
Oh, nice. Get
to enjoy it.
Otherworldly, man.
Listen to this. He got 4 tickets.
Practice today.
He's taking his camera. He's taking his wife, so understandable.
Yeah.
Taking his brother, understandable, because brother's big into golf. And then his brother's taking his girlfriend that doesn't even know what a golf ball is. I'm like, come on, Zach, you should have got me that ticket.
Oh, that
So
hurts. That hurts a little
I
bit.
know. I don't even think his brother's girlfriend knows like really what a golf ball looks like. I don't know. So
Well,
I told him
she's
I'd
gonna.
bring him back a flag.
yeah,
I'll
they're gonna
get
bring,
Tiger
Yeah.
to sign it if he's there.
bring
Oh
it so I
yeah.
can wipe my tears with it since I wasn't there.
Yeah. Well, thanks
uh,
guys for having me on. I really do
yeah,
appreciate it. Just if you want to follow the journey for anybody out there, Ben Utah Golf on all socials, and happy to have everybody part of the gallery and this thing together.
perfect. Thanks, Ben. What a great conversation, Ben. Makes me wonder, could I make it on the tour if I just gave it everything I had?
No.
No. The answer is no.
I think so, and he probably has a real good chance because he's a talented golfer. But I don't think there's any chance if I gave it 7 days a week and started grinding for a year straight.
Yeah.
I just don't. I think it's one of them things. Some guys have it, some don't. Same as football, same as any high level sport. And I think golf takes the highest level
Yep.
to perform
Um,
because it's a consistent thing you have to be. It's not, can't hit 333 in golf.
yeah.
You have to hit almost
Not
1,000.
us. Yep. Man, we forgot to say the intro. If you're jumping back in, this podcast is brought to you by our friends over at Moon Golf. Cannot forget them. Thankful for everything they do for us. Thanks for partnering. We encourage you to go visit the Auburn store if you're in Florida. If you're in Florida, go visit the Florida store. But speaking of Moon Golf, we're gonna have a video coming out probably next month sometime where Zach went and got fitted, and we filmed the whole thing, kind of show the process of how good Moon Golf is. Uh, I guess we won't say what you got fitted for. He tried several different wedges.
Yeah, we'll do a reveal of the wedges when they come in, I guess.
Yeah, but they are full service, so go check them out at Moon Golf. All right, transition now. The clubhouse. Actually, we're gonna skip past that part. We're gonna go ahead and down to the locks because we're gonna lock it in this week. Zach, you're a new Pick'ems leader?
Oh, yeah. Well, like you didn't expect it?
I know.
I told you, it just took a couple weeks.
I had lunch with Maddox today, and I was telling him, I asked him if he's going to play in the Kirby, and he said now that they're moving it back to the summer instead of November, he's going to play.
Oh, is it the summer?
That's what he said.
I didn't know that.
But he said he's going to take that trophy back from AJ, and I said, yeah, well, it looks like I'm going to be joining you. And he just kind of laughed because we're playing in the Kirby, but that's where we're going to be at. But yeah, he said summer.
We need to ask Scott when it is because I need to plan.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get I need to talk Mitchell into buying a fourth GoPro. So he probably won't play in it. So if just three of us playing it, we'll each have a GoPro in our own cart and self film and put
Push
a video
cart,
together.
you think?
Yeah, I would walk it. Yeah, but
It'd probably be a long day if it's like July.
yeah,
If it's early summer, like
I bet
first, second week of June, it wouldn't be as bad as late July, August.
a lot of people are gonna walk it though.
It'd be nice. And I'm sure if we talk to Scott, we could, because he knows we're not going to compete realistically for the scores.
Yeah, he can kind of put us together.
We could walk together.
Yeah,
and then have maybe AJ Williams.
Yeah,
just to walk and film.
Because it'd be cool too if we, got them little clips for GoPros with a little arm, and we clipped them on our cart. And so everybody had a GoPro and a time code on it, and so you kind of self film, and then if somebody was like following us filming too, but like basically you just use your car as a tripod.
Camera in front of you the whole time.
Yeah,
and then
even if you want to take a shot, just turn your cart. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you could just pull it around behind you.
Yeah, it'd be pretty neat. So we got that going on. But for the pick'ems, but going into this week, last week, my pick got cut in the PGA and the LPGA, so I'm pretty much in trouble. Zach had tied for 13th, Mitchell tied for 8th, Brady tied for 56th. But it's a new week, and we have a chance to win some more points this week because we have an extra segment with the celebrities. But let's talk about it. Pebble Beach, one of the most famous.
Did you see the shot Tony did today?
Driver on 7. That's wild.
The GC quad said he carried it 256, and it landed
for that little. Oh my gosh!
For the par 3.
Here's the next question. I saw the green fee for Pebbles $695.
And you had to stay on site.
Yeah, if you're off site, it's $695 plus the cart fee. The question is, and it's non-refundable because you got to play in whatever kind of weather there is. Are you risking it for
Yeah,
$6.95?
no, I was talking. So I went to the dentist today. I had to get a fill in. He was talking about Pebble being on his list. I was like,
Hmm.
it's not on mine. I said specifically because of the weather. I think if you're a mid to high handicapper like us, you wouldn't enjoy it. I think if you get on hole 7 and it's playing 240 with the
Yeah.
wind, are you swinging driver with all that to the right? I think there'd be plenty of shots where the wind would affect it enough that it wouldn't be as enjoyable for you.
Now, if a brand wants to take us out there on a trip to film some
Oh, I'm
content for them,
going.
I'm all for it. Yeah, I'll
Moon
get out
Golf
there and
sending us
I'll get in whatever kind of weather
Vice,
y'all want me to get in. Uh,
Swannies. We're working on a 3-pack right now.
so famous golf course. Our picks this week. Let's lock them in. I went. Oh, wait, we got to pull them up because everybody's was in the text and they're not on here.
Yeah, I got him.
Oh, you got them picked up.
Casey has Jordan Spieth.
Fan favorite.
Mitch has Victor Hovland. Brady has Russell Henley. And I went back with the Bama favorite. He's been hot. JT.
JT
I
Poston. What a
forgot. I bet
pick.
Nick Dunlap's in it.
Are you gonna go Nick Dunlap? You gonna change?
No, I'm sticking. I'm
Oh,
sticking with JT, but I forgot Nick's pro now. So
oh yeah. And with that, we're doing extra points if you get the celebrity that wins, correct? Because there's celebrities playing it. I'm
yes,
going with
10 extra points.
yeah. I'm going Tom Brady. He's retired, so he's been playing a lot of golf.
I got Larry Fitzgerald,
He's a great golfer
who
too.
who I think has had a couple top 5 finishes in it
I think so. Mitchell
in
went
the
with
pro-ams.
Aaron Rodgers, who his first round back from tearing his leg or whatever he had a hole in one. That's so wild.
If you're good, I mean, it doesn't take much legs for it.
Yeah, you're right. And then
Or the
Brady
way
had
quarterback does.
Josh Allen. So those are our picks. Locking them in. Presented by Swannies. Use BSG25. Get 25% off anything on Swannies website. Notice that they finally had a different vest in that's not green and black. It's a blue one. So I
So
maybe
I
get
need
me
to
a
order it.
vest. Yeah. I almost went on a rant the other day. I didn't about how frustrating. I was looking at Rowback and Swanning and comparing prices of stuff. Why the heck are vests $140? They don't have arms.
I don't know. Now, I have a rowback vest, and I love it. It's very toasty on the inside, but I mean, it's no toastier than my chaps.
But
I
even
got a
even
chaps
like
I got a couple years ago from Belk, and
that Rowback hoodie is like this thin, and it's like 128 or $108 for a little thin hoodie.
I I bought the Alabama one when they licensed with them,
Hmm.
and I got it. I said, "This reminds me of those Proud 90 hoodies we got."
Oh yeah,
It's so
you
thin. I'm
that's about
like,
how thin it is.
mm-hmm. It's like if I just want something on my arms, maybe, but if I want something warm, that's not what I'm wearing.
It's crazy how expensive dang golf clothes are. $140 for a vest. I was like, man, that hurts. But that's why I use BSG25, get 25% off. That's
Oh, I
almost
gotta order some stuff.
that's what like $27 off of a vest. If the vest $140, so
Yeah,
go
ain't
grab you
nobody else
one.
doing 25 off.
Nobody. The next segment we got is 4 coming up. Here's what's coming up with the BSG. This month,
But
that's it. This week, we just put out part 1 against AJ. Part 2 comes out next week, and it's got a crazy ending on it. I'm still so mad that the camera wasn't where it was supposed to be for that ending. Um, Following that, we'll have BSG versus Maddox and Scott, the college coach and the PGA Pro. Then Zach's wedge fitting, and then BSG. Hopefully, well, this may change. This was supposed to be BSG versus the judge, but I don't know if we're gonna get to that.
it's gonna be the legislator, not the
Yeah.
judge.
Um,
But I went today, and I don't. Y'all let us know if you're having the same issues. That I think the main reason we don't get trail cards often is you cannot get a tee time
ever, not early.
ever. The only spot I saw where we could get a tee time before 11 o'clock was like in Birmingham, which
Mm-hmm.
I'm down for.
Yeah,
But
that's the same drive
I
as
mean, that's
Purcell, pretty much.
yeah, it's just leaving early.
Yeah,
I
and
just
that's
don't understand what the point of letting you book 12 days out or 11 days out and You can't get a tee time.
Then the boys are going to Purcell. We got a match going out there. We don't know yet what we're going to film. We're just going there. But I'm excited about next month.
Time vibes.
High time. Next month in March, we're going back down to PCB, bringing a third person with us, and we're taking on Jay again. He beat me and Zach last time, and me and Zach went home and made a pact. We'll never lose to Jay again.
Never.
So we're never.
I think our game's changed too.
Yeah, I think we can get Jay. Just
I
us
know
two.
all my fit and my shots were tight, so I'm ready.
We're gonna bring another one just in case. But Jay, if you're listening, I think Zach and I could get you. Just us two.
I'm ready to see the course without the wind chill.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be beautiful. Hopefully it's not too cold in March. But so we got a lot of stuff coming up with BSG. This year's kind of. I was thinking about today. This year for us, it's kind of like a very important year. It's kind of like a growth year, so that next year we can kind of be in prime position to do what we want to do.
Yeah.
Everybody's just got to put that
but
work in.
We always talked about like the goal was January 25.
Yeah.
Which will be a lot closer than we were in January 24 and much further than 23. So.
And the good news is even if we ain't ready by January 25, me and Zach and the boys are still filming.
We here. I got the camera ready. We already spent the money on it.
Yeah.
Might as well keep filming. Podcast equipment. We ain't going nowhere.
The goal, the dream's to be full time. We're trying to edit videos and get on the golf course all week, every week. And I'm like seeing No Laying Up at Pebble Beach doing a podcast. I'm like, that's where I'm trying to be.
Yeah, and you see Rory walk up. You gonna join us? Yeah, I'll join in a little bit.
That's where I'm trying to be.
That's the goal.
I think that
all
starts.
I feel like they're not that big.
No, but it all starts with like having one connection with one guy on tour, and then you talk to him, and then he's like, hey, let me get you talking to this guy. And then you're talking to him. And all of a sudden you have an insider and you're building friendships with people on tour. We just need that one guy.
We just need Ben to take it to tour level and bring us with him.
Or maybe Brent we need Brent to hook us up with Russell. Let us get a little conversation with Russell. That'd be wild. So we got a drop zone question on here, but I'm not going to list all these names, but I'll just ask a question. Let me see if I can get the little sound going for us real quick. Let's see if it works.
Well, that one's going to be wet. Welcome to the Drop Zone.
This week's Drop Zone question, as we get closer to the PGA Tour and LIV merger, we want to know who wins in a Ryder Cup format, PGA Tour or LIV?
Best of the best.
Best of the best. He's got the names on here. I'm not going to go through them. It's a lot of names. But now it's kind of, used to I'd say PGA Tour all day. Now it's kind of getting a little even. You got some names on both of them.
That's what I was going to say. You got Roms, Brooks, Bryson, Cam, DJ.
That's a tough group right there.
That's a group.
But I don't think anybody's beaten. You get Spieth and Thomas on the same team. And Tiger's there with them too. And then Scotty. I just think
it's Max hard. And no hat Pat.
Yeah. You can't yell USA, but I kind of in a USA vibe when I see that Ryder Cup format. But I'm going PGA Tour with that one.
I don't know. I might lean the other way right now.
You going with LIV?
It would be tight. I think it would be very tight.
Yeah, definitely a good format. If they want to, PGA's talking about trying to find a way to make more money, this would be the format to broadcast. I'd pay like $10 to watch it if it's a weekend event, like a pay-per-view.
Absolutely.
I'd pay that. That'd be money right there. That's all we got for episode 87. You got anything?
I'm good. Ready for these wedges to come in this week.
Wedges come in, and all I got to say is make sure you watch part 2 of BSG versus the Kid. It's a good one.
It's always a battle.
Yeah. It's going to be good. So thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Check out Moon Golf, Vice Golf, and Swanee's Golf. Appreciate you guys. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.
Peace.